Alright, we're going to try this again. Love-hate relationship. Alright, today's lesson is surface area. Basically, surface area is a very confusing concept that I'm going to try to break down and make as unbelievably simple as I possibly can. If you will follow the steps I give you, you're going to be okay. If you skip steps and you don't pay attention, this is going to be incredibly confusing. What you need to think about with surface area is that you are going to be adding. Okay, as you add, you have to think, what are you adding? Well, you're adding the areas of the surfaces in your different polyhedrons. So, for example, right here, we have a pyramid. The pyramid is made up of a square and 4 triangles. We know that because we have learned how to count faces. So on the bottom is our square. Over here on the left, we have triangle A. The back, triangle B. On the right, triangle C. And then right here in the front, we have triangle D. If you find the area of this square, which is going to be length times width, and then of the triangles, which for all of them is going to be 1/2
Joshua
base.
Martinez to the office with your things. Joshua Martinez to the office.
Times height, you're going to find each area and then you're going to add them together. When you add, you're going to get your surface area. What I want you to realize is what you're really doing. Pretend that this pyramid was a present that you wanted to give to your mom and you want her to be surprised and you want to wrap it with wrapping paper. Well, what you need to know is how much wrapping paper do you need. So you figure out how much you would need for the square, for triangle A, B, C, D. Add it all together. That's how much wrapping paper you would need to go and buy at the store. Okay? For this one, for the rectangular prism, it's simpler because, think about it. When you have rectangles, you know that opposite sides are parallel. They are congruent. So for this situation, we have the front is rectangle A. The back is rectangle B. Those are congruent. They are the same. Same thing here. The right side and the left side are going to be the same. And then you're going to have the top and the bottom. And those are going to be the same. Really, really important for you to realize that labeling each face on the polyhedron is what's going to help keep everything separate for you. Again, if you skip steps, you're going to pay for it later for real. Important formulas to remember. For a rectangle, a square, any quadrilateral, the area is length times width. For a triangle, area is 1/2 base times height. And again, remember that area is units cubed. We've spent a lot of time talking about volume, which was cubed, and I think I just said cubed. I'm sorry, it's squared. Area is units squared because you're only multiplying 2 numbers together. So here you would do length times width for A. We don't have to multiply again. You just copy it. For C, you would do length times width. Copy it for D. Do length.
Zachary Ross to the office with your things. Back to the office.
Do length times width for E. And then copy it for F. And again, add them together. Down here is going to be your surface area. See? Not too shabby. You can do this, all right? On to the back side of your notes. I've given you some examples. Right here, I tell you to label all of the sides. We're going to start with this rectangular prism. And I told you that you're going to cut it apart. So, first thing you need to do is label. If the bottom down here is 6, you know up here is going to have to be 6 as well. The side is 8. That means this side is 8. If going front to back is 4, front to back over here is 4. So when you look at that and you're looking at this rectangle right here, be careful. The 4 actually goes from this vertex to this vertex, and we're looking at this rectangle. So the front, we're going to call this rectangle A. The back is going to be rectangle B. They are the same. So the front here is 6 times 8. The back is going to be the same, 6 times 8. You're taking the length and the width, you're going to multiply them together, and you're going to get 48. Copy it, 48. To do the left side of the rectangle, that's this section right here. Again, gotta be careful, careful, careful. This 6 is going with this top. For this rectangle over here, we have our 8 and we have a 4. So we're going to do 8 times 4. And this is going to be C, and this one right here on the right-hand side is D. It's also 8 times 4. 32, 32. 8 times 4 is 32. Where did I get the 8 and the 4? I cut this whole polyhedron apart. This side of the polyhedron is 8, and then the 4 we got from over here, and we know that this side and this side are parallel. So I got 8 times 4. Now all I have left is the top and the bottom of this rectangular prism, and I'm going to call those E and F. E goes from here to here. Well, down here was 4, so up here is going to be 4. The bottom is 6, the top is going to be 6. So I have 4 times 6, 4 times 6, which is 24. Copy it, 24. So if I wanted to wrap that present, I would need 48 centimeters squared plus 48 centimeters squared, because I'm just going to add all of these together. And then 32 centimeters squared, 32 centimeters squared, 24 centimeters squared, 24 centimeters squared. Add them up. 8 plus 2 is 10, 18, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Carry my 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I get 208 centimeters squared. So if I wanted to wrap that present, I would need 208 centimeters squared of wrapping paper. For the next one, for the triangular prism, we're going to look at the bottom, which is this section right here, and we're going to need to find the area of the square. Well, it's a square, so we know that we're going to have 6 times 6. So our area is 36. Then for the front triangle, our formula is 1/2 base times height. Base is 6, height is 5. Multiply, you get 30, bring down my 1/2, I'm going to get 15. All these triangles are the same. 15, 15, 15, 15. I don't even have to do the formula for every single one. Now I add them all together. So I have 36 feet squared, 15 feet squared, 15 feet squared, 15 feet squared, 15 feet squared. So this was the square on the bottom. Triangle A, triangle B, triangle C, triangle D. Add them up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 96 feet squared. Now, if you're really lost and confused, you need to go back and watch again and again and again. You need to see how I shaded in the rectangle and the pyramid. You need to go back and look at how I got 6 here and 6 here. We're taking all of the geometry from chapter 9 and 10 and we're combining it all together. Important thing to remember is surface area. We want to cover the surface of the shape, not the inside, just the outside. What you need to do tonight for homework is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You also then need to go onto the back, and on the Spiral Standards Review, you're going to go ahead and solve 30, 31, and 32 using inverse operations. And then you're going to solve 33, 34, and 35. These are with fractions, and you're going to write them vertically. Number one step here is you have to get a common denominator. So 9 and 3, common denominator is 9. 6 take away 1 is 5. Keep the denominator. 5 take away 1 is 4. You need to do the same thing on number 34 and 35. Please notice 34 is addition, 35 is subtraction. Okay? Those of you that understood, you can go ahead and work. Those of you that are still stuck, go back and watch the video. I'm also going to right now go ahead and go through number 1 with you. If you look at your book, page 536, you're going to see this kind of red or pink rectangular prism. First thing you need to do is to figure out which part of the rectangle you're talking about for each section. So right here, I'm going to look and I'm going to take this front part. If you write in your book, that's fine, but do so really, really lightly. This square, and it's not really a square, it's a rectangle, because the bottom of it is 4, and the side of it right here matches with this side, so it's 3. So the front of the rectangle is 12. Well, the back's going to be the exact same thing, so it's going to be 12. Over here on the side, I'm going to go ahead and take this side. Across the top, it's a 5. Ooh, do I use the 4 or the 3? The 4 goes for the front, top, and bottom. It doesn't touch the sides. The 3 goes for here, 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 and here. So I need to use a 3, which means side C and side D both have an area of 15 inches squared. And all I have left are the top and the bottom. So on the top, I see a 5, and then I see a 4. Okay, those of you that struggle with seeing the shapes like I do have some nets that I'll let you use in class. Remember, the nets are the paper shapes that you can fold up into the polyhedron and then cut apart so they lay flat, very similar to this in your book. And that might really help you see and understand what we're doing. Okay, so but for this, for the top, you're going to have the 5 and then the 4, and that's going to be 20. If the top is 20, you know the bottom's 20. And all you do is add them. 2, 4, 14. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See if we're right. We are 94 inches squared. All right, you're going to need to do 2 and 3 by yourself. I'm going to tell you that number 2, your answer is 112 meters squared. You're going to need to prove to me how you got that answer. So A will be a point, B, C, D, E, F will each be a point. On number 4, you're changing into the pyramids. The answer here is 132 feet squared. You're going to take the base, which is going to be 6 times 6. And then on these, all the triangles are the same. So triangle A is triangle B, shape B, is going to be 8 for the height and 6 for the base. So for the rectangle or square, you do length times width, 6 times 6. So you have 36. There's only one rectangle. So 36 and we're finished. But then when we find the area for the triangle, which is 1/2 base times height, we're going to do 1/2 times 6 times 8, which is 48, times 1/2, which would be 24. We're going to have that for all 4 triangles. So we have 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, I have made a mistake. Because I'm getting a 4 on the end, and they're telling me it's a 2 on the end. So let's go back and check my multiplication. 6 and 8, 36. 6 times 6, so 36. 1/2 base times height. 1/2, 6 times 8. Divided by 2 is 24. 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Ooh, did you catch it? I made a mistake in my addition. I had not made a mistake in my multiplication. Carry a 1. Is it a 1 or a 2? Let's try it. 6, 10, 14, 18, 22. Good. So then 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got what the book got. What messed me up, I think, is I didn't have my numbers lined up. So that's really, really important. I tried to go fast and I got really, really sloppy. So be careful. Don't get sloppy and goof up with your numbers. Okay? People who can tell me that I messed up, you're going to get extra credit because that means you sat through the whole video. All right, number 5. Your answer is 2,640 centimeters squared. And again, it's going to be a point for each problem. All right, anywhere that you got confused, go back, rewind the video, watch it again. Pay attention. Please don't come back and tell me how hard it was. I told you that from the beginning. You can do this. I'm not worried about it. You will figure it out. As always, any questions? Trier Schneider, TrierSchNeider @ yahoo.com.